Is selling digital products even worth the effort? And how much do they really make? And of course, what makes these successful digital product sellers successful? Hey, I'm Paige, and in this video, I'm going to share some real digital product revenue numbers and lessons learned from 8 years in the digital product game. I also have a ton of digital product ideas for you, which are proven to sell. So if you're undecided on exactly which digital product idea is worth it, we'll get into that. Plus, I have some very honest advice on whether or not this is actually worth your time and effort to get into. Because yes, there's impressive digital product success stories online, but how realistic is that for you to achieve a similar result? Entrepreneurs tend to share their highlight reels and not the whole story. And as someone who has been in the industry for nearing on a decade, there's some hidden truths that I want to share. So first, how much do digital products actually make? I scoured the internet for the public numbers which I could find. I'm going to share with you the numbers from a variety of different digital products, including online courses, memberships, wedding signage and invitation templates, website templates, and legal templates. So, by the way, if you're looking for product ideas, there's 5 of them right there. I also know that copy templates are massively popular, as are font licenses and stock photos and calculators and spreadsheets and branding templates and party game printables and Lightroom presets and Notion templates and more. So are these products really worth the effort? Do these products actually sell? Let's look at some numbers which can be found freely online. Amy Porterfield on the Cubicled CEO podcast shared about her recent $7.5 million course launch. Amy is obviously at the top of her game, but courses making millions is actually not at all an unusual occurrence. Tiago Forte, whose business is also very course-based, shared that he did $2 to $3 million in sales annually for the past few years on the Billion Dollar Creator podcast. Melissa Wood Health had a Harvard Business Review white paper written on her business model, in which she shared that she had a membership of 92,000 members. The monthly cost is $14.95, which equals $1.3 million a month, or $16.5 million per year. Now, what exactly does membership entail? Basically, it's videos, audios, and written content all related to health. Next up, Blush Papery Shop, which has an Etsy shop in addition to their e-commerce store. So you can publicly see that they've made just over 134,000 sales. Now, you can't see from the outside what the average order value is, but looking at the price of their products, I would guesstimate that the average order value is $14.42 per sale, which times that by 130-something thousand sales is $1.9 million. The shop has been open since 2017, so those sales are over 7 years. Big Cat Creative is a fabulous website template shop which shares on their site that they've sold over 7,000 templates in 7 years. And with an average estimated order value of $297, that equals just over $2 million in sales. Also in the website template world, there is Tonic Site Shop, which says they've served over 10,000 customers. And at an estimated average order price of $1,100, that is $11 million. And then there's the Contract Shop, which is a legal template shop, which has sold over 5,000 templates with an average estimated purchase price of $400, and that equals $2 million. So do these digital products make money? Yes. But are they worth doing? Maybe. These are obviously the stories of highly successful digital product sellers, but how realistic is it that you actually build something like that yourself? Now, there's one little secret that most digital product videos don't tell you. What do all of these success stories have in common? What one thing do they have which probably took them years to build? And what one thing is the foundation of their business without which they'd sell genuinely nothing? An audience. Building an audience is literally half the battle with selling digital products. If you don't have an audience to sell to, they're just not going to sell. Building an audience is a non-negotiable to success. So to answer your question, is it even worth it to create digital products? If you're not willing to put the effort into audience building too, then honestly, no, I actually wouldn't waste my time creating a product if you have no one to sell it to. But don't go throwing in the towel just yet. Building an audience is not an impossible endeavor. And in fact, you have a massive advantage, which is available to all of us, no matter our budgets, no matter where we live or what connections we have or don't have. What is it exactly? Get out your reading glasses and a cup of tea, darlings. It's book club time. I just read an incredible book, The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. Odd name, great content. And here are some snippets. And these snippets are the key to your audience building dreams. This section of the book, which I'll summarize for you, is all about leverage. There are 3 broad categories of leverage. 1, labor. Other humans working for you. It's the oldest form of leverage and actually not a great one. Managing other people is incredibly messy and it requires tremendous leadership skills. 2, money. You can see this by looking for the richest people. It's bankers, politicians in corrupt countries, essentially people who move large amounts of money around. It scales very, very well. If you get good at managing capital, you can manage more and more capital more easily than you can manage more and more people. The 3rd form of leverage is brand new, the most democratic form. It is projects with no marginal cost of replication, things like books and media. This book is a form of leverage. Long ago, I would have had to sit in a lecture hall and lecture each of you personally. I would have maybe reached a few hundred people and that would have been that. This newest form of leverage is where all the new fortunes are made. Joe Rogan making 50 to 100 million a year from his podcast. The most interesting thing about new forms of leverage is they are permissionless. Writing books, recording podcasts, tweeting, YouTubing, they don't require anyone else's permission. So if you don't have money to manage and don't have people to work for you, what you do have is media, i.e. content creation. It is actually the most effective, easiest to access form of leverage that any of us has. Next week, I'm hosting a 90-minute masterclass all about how to grow an email list of buyers. Now you can register at the link in the description below, and in the masterclass, we're speaking about the pros and cons of common marketing strategies, some shocking secret Instagram following to revenue numbers that will have your jaw hit the floor. We're talking about the backwards content strategy, what it is and why it is the secret weapon to sales online, and a lot more. Now I only host this specific training once a year and it is happening live. So if you're lucky enough to be watching this before the event, get yourself registered ASAP and I so look forward to seeing you there.